Hey Funk, how's it going? Funk Roberts here.
I'm awesome. How are you, Paul?
I'm good. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for, your busy schedule, but scheduling a bit of time for us. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I love sharing stories and helping people, and just kind of inspiring people to do things that they love, things that they're passionate about. So yeah, I'm great. Thank you for having me, for sure.
That's awesome. Yeah. No, the reason I wanted to reach out to you is because I saw over the years, this amazing journey that you've had, transitioning. Let's talk a little bit about where you started. You were a professional athlete
Mhm.
originally. Can we start back at that? And then now you have this amazing business, that you've created. And I saw you go through years and years of hard work and dedication, right? You're still
Yeah,
grinding. I see you. You're still constantly on your mission. Can we go
yeah,
back to where you were a professional athlete, if you don't mind?
absolutely.
When
Yeah,
was that?
absolutely.
Yeah.
So I'm 52 years old, and so when I started, volleyball, beach volleyball, and indoor volleyball were my sports. So when in high school, I played volleyball, and then obviously played highest level, and then professionally overseas, but mostly beach volleyball. That was my thing. So I played all over the world. I played at the highest level, and I played that for about 15 years. And that
Wow.
was amazing. For me, it was amazing because generally throughout that time, I was always into fitness. Like I don't have the Muscle and Fitness. I have the Flex magazines. I'd be reading all those magazines, and even with all the players, even if they weren't playing on my team, after our training and after our practices, I would always go, okay, guys, let's do some plyometrics. Let's do some sprints. I'd always be doing the
Wow.
extra strength and conditioning that
Yeah.
generally volleyball players weren't doing, but we knew that we
Mm,
needed to do that in order for us to step up. So,
mhm.
because I've always had that bug inside me. So I always knew I would probably do well. Actually, I wanted to know that I was going to do something in fitness, but you never know with life, right? Because
You never know. Yeah.
so when I retired at 30, then I started in the corporate world, but I was also running the national beach volleyball tour. We had a pro beach volleyball tour that I ran, and so um, corporate job, running beach volleyball, still staying fit, still working out, but again, life hits you. You start focusing more on your career, focusing more on
Yeah.
the focusing more on that. So throughout the years between my 30s and late 30s, I would do some personal training, but I realized I did not want to do personal training at all.
Mm, mhm.
Then boot camps started to become big. So I had some of the biggest. I live here in Toronto, Canada. So I had some of the biggest boot camps here when they first started. 100 people coming to my boot camps.
A
Down the
hundred
street.
people.
It was insane.
Wow.
I'd be trucking all of like the gear, from my truck, putting it all.
Wow.
And then Saturday mornings on the beach, there'd be like tons of people. And then even throughout the week, I would do them Tuesdays and Thursdays. So I'd
My
work,
God.
get down to the beach, set everything up, and then run these boot camps. And
Oh, wow.
once again, I felt like, you know what, I don't like one-on-one training unless I'm training.
Mm,
And I don't like, the boot camps were kind of getting, this is getting a little, what am I doing here? I'm not making a ton of money, and I'm you know, carrying all this stuff out. So
yeah. Yeah.
the transition from being a high level professional athlete to sitting in front of a computer,
Yeah.
answering calls at Dell computers or whatever, it
Yeah.
was a big change. But I always kept my foot in fitness. I always kept my foot
Yeah.
in playing, the sport, throughout the time. So that's kind of where kind of the
Yeah.
before moving online, basically.
Okay. Now let's talk about, you finish your career. Now you're thinking, okay, you know what? When you're an athlete, you're thinking, okay, you don't know what's gonna become of it. So you're like, you're traveling, you're a high level athlete, and now you got to think of your career. Were you going to school during that time, and then like, or did you just land a job at Dell and then started
Yeah,
working? What was the plan for entrepreneurship? Like, where did it come from?
good call.
You know?
So, yeah, once the tour was over and everything was done, I mean, I'd already gone to school. Like, I was actually doing some neuroscience stuff,
Oh
but
wow.
yeah, but that's not where. And I worked at the aphasia center, so throughout the time, um, just the year before I retired, I was still working at the aphasia center. Aphasia is a language disorder that happens after you have a stroke or a head injury. So I was
Okay.
working with that team there, Patarato, raises aphasia center on some PhD stuff, a lot of research stuff. It was amazing. But again, it's not going to pay the bills. So I left that, and the 2 final years I went full time beach volleyball. So I had been working here and there because beach volleyball is a seasonal sport, right?
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah.
But just so I've been working, and then after that change happened, it was like, okay, I have no job and there's no more beach volleyball. I got to work somewhere. So it's like, hey, Bell Canada, hook me up. So that's where I start. But whenever I do something, I always want to be the best. Like I'm not happy just sitting around doing it. Like I remember myself and the guy that I came on with, Steve Project, we were a little bit older. Like this is home sales, Bell Canada.
Oh wow.
We worked from open to close. We worked from open to close to do what we need to do to move through the company. But yeah, I mean, throughout those years, it was just like you said, it was a lot of grinding, changing from job to job, hitting some senior management positions and so on and so forth. But throughout that time, specifically in my 30s, I had been, just had a blog. Late in my 30s, I had a blog, and I was kind of starting to post, videos and less videos because YouTube wasn't really big at that time. It was more like just newsletter stuff and just posting health stuff because I enjoyed that, right? That was something that I was passionate about. That wasn't a job for me. That wasn't a job for me. It was like, oh, I love reading stuff in the magazines, putting it in
write about it. Wow.
And then sending out the newsletter to people. So that was something that I loved. But when YouTube started to get big, I realized that I could reach more people all over the world.
Okay, so now we're going to miss a lot. We're going to fast forward. We got the time when you're writing blogs, which I'm assuming could have been possibly in the early 2000s, mid 2000s. What would you say that was?
Yeah, it's early 2000s. Yeah, because 1999. Okay. Yeah, early 2000s, definitely.
Got it. Yeah, because that's when even myself, I started with Google Ads around 2003 or so. Because Google just came about, right? So you had this. Yeah, like you and I both had that experience before, human to human, and then all of a sudden it's like we've got a transition, right?
Exactly.
So you were one of the early adopters of blogging. You started earlier, than most, if you really think about it.
Yeah, I mean, eBlogger was the eBlog. It was eBlogger, but again, it wasn't something that I was like, okay, this is what I want to do. It was this is the end.
Time pass kind of thing.
Yeah, this is like, okay, well, if I want to get to people, I probably should put it on a blog so that when I send them the link, they can read it. Right? Like, so teaching myself all of that stuff. Yeah, teaching myself, me just sending out an email, but let me start posting it places so it can be there evergreen, can be there forever.
Amazing. So you're already thinking content from back then.
Yeah, because
before content was a word, like it's just
totally
already thinking.
I looked at guys like Craig Valentine and Vince Del Monte and some of the old school fitness. These are fitness people I'm talking about. So some of the old school guys who they're not old school, they're still around, were doing at the very beginning. I'm like, okay, I see what they're doing. But there was one magical moment that literally changed. Well, there's two, but the first magical moment that changed my mindset on what I wanted to do, because you have to have a clear mindset when you're in business. You can't just willy-nilly it. At first, you may willy-nilly it just to find your footing, but the passion will come. So when I in 2009, I went to Thailand to train Muay Thai because I just started to get excited about UFC was starting to kick back in. Muay Thai was something I actually was doing Muay Thai back when I was 18 years old, but because I was a professional athlete, I couldn't continue because I'd be traveling.
Yeah, so makes sense.
So when I got back and I saw this open up, I'm like, oh man, this is amazing. So I started to train Muay Thai, and then I got my strength and conditioning certification, like MMA strength and conditioning certifications through Nesta online. That was the only certification course for
I remember it.
People, that wanted to become strength and conditioning coaches for MMA, and that was online, and that was like so intense. Like it took me like a month and a half. So much information, but I learned so much. So now here I am, training Muay Thai, getting back into something that I love, and using some of the workouts and the things that I was learning through strength and conditioning. And then I went to Thailand. So now I go to Thailand. 2009, I go to Tiger Muay Thai. Okay,
Oh, wow.
back then, Tiger Muay Thai, there was only 2 gyms on the street now. That is a very famous street with tons of places, but it was just Tiger. And it was me, and I went by myself, and I went on a strict training, regime. And what I realized at that time was there were a lot of MMA fighters from all over the world who would go to Thailand, Tiger, and train their stand-up. Right,
Yeah.
so they would go there and train their stand-up. I'm like, okay, that's great. And then I would see them in the gym, and they would be doing bis and tris, back and shoulders. And I'm like, and here's Funk, just learn. You got to do strength and conditioning. You got to do everything that's going to help with the attributes you need in the gym when you're fighting, when you're training. So I was like, okay, guys. I talked to guys at Tiger. I'm like, hey, do you mind me doing a little seminar on on training with these guys?
That's amazing.
And so it was good. But when I got on the plane, I came back home. I'm like, I know exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to start something called funkmma.com. And it's going to be a place where I'm going to shoot workouts. And these workouts are going to be workouts that any fighter, not just the UFC. I wasn't even focused on UFC fighters. I wanted to get the guys who are in their basement, who are training at some gym in Russia, but they don't have like the great equipment, but they need to get it. They're still very good. They just don't have the ultimate fighter, experience. And that's when I launched Funk MMA, and that's when I really focused on my brand being Funk Roberts, and my name being Funk Roberts. Mark Roberts is my born name, but I wanted to brand myself as Funk Roberts, and I wanted to completely put as much information out there for free, because I was doing all this for free, shooting videos for free,
it's amazing,
posting them for free, and so that was the first kind of business. Although I wasn't making any money,
it's amazing.
My first business parlay online.
So now you mentioned something here, Funk. Like a lot of questions are coming to mind, but one thing you mentioned, you said you got to stay focused on your mission or your or whatever you're going to focus on for your business. But the passion will come. What did you mean by that? The passion will come. Because most people say passion first, right?
Well, if you don't know what you're passionate about, sometimes you have to finagle your way through things. Like I knew that I love fitness. I knew fitness was my passion, but in order for me to pinhole and get the exact niche,
what makes solid. Me feel good?
Because a lot of people start going, yeah, I love fitness. I want to be a fitness trainer. Yeah, but do you like training 90-year-old people? Do you like training kids? Do you like training? Right? You have to go through that period of finding your foothold. And all of a sudden it's like, oh, I love this type of training. I mean, I spend extra time going out finding more information so I can train this person or do this for this person or do whatever. When you find that, when you're like, I will stay up till 5 a.m. I remember Crew Steve. He would watch Muay Thai fights from like tons of Muay Thai fights from like obscure, and then he'd be coming like, yeah, I just watched this fight from blah blah blah. Here's what we're gonna do in the gym. I'm saying Crew Steve because he's here, Sweaty Cup. But that's passion. That is 100%
amazing.
Once you have that passion, then that's gonna drive you to help people get results. I mean, that's my number one thing in business. That's
and all these guys on here, Funk, right? Like Mike Large, Chris Williams,
right.
All of them. They're all like, we're all similar that way, right? Like watching VHS videos over and over again. Rewind. We'd rewind it so much you can't even see the tape anymore.
Totally. Or magazines, Funk, magazines,
So that's interesting. You're saying like choose something. You may not be passionate about it. You're going to find out, and then the passion will come because you'll get that right pinpoint, I guess, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Okay. So then now, as martial artists, as fitness people, we have problems focusing. I'm pretty sure that's pretty common in our industry. How do you stay committed to something? How do you know it's right? Just by feeling, or you're investing a lot of time. Right.
Yeah, you have to have once you have that passion, you have to have a vision of where you want to be. Mm-hmm. Like I said to myself on the way home in that plane ride, I said, I want to be known around the world as the guy who puts MMA strength and conditioning workouts for fighters, no matter what type of fighter you are. I want people to know, you need a workout. Oh yeah, Funk Roberts. Go to Funk MMA. That's the guy. He's the guy. So I knew that. So now I have to take, if I want to be there and I'm here, now I've got to put the steps in. So it's constant content, right? Before no one knows who Funk Roberts is. So in order for them to know who he is, he's got to put content out all the time. So I have to continuously put content. I have to continuously put, and then I have to find my own style, because there's so many. Because as YouTube started to grow and people were posting on YouTube and more fitness people were coming on, you would see a lot of people doing the same type of thing, right? And that's how people get lost. But I just wanted to be me and do me, and that's it. Whether you like me or not, I don't care. If you like me, then I'm going to focus more on the people who like me, because they are actually using the workouts or getting results in the workouts. If you don't like me, it's fine. There's millions of guys out there. There's millions of women out there. There's millions of others out there that you may like. I'm not going to try to try to get you in there, because I used to do that earlier in my fitness career. I didn't know. I was more front end, right? I was, I got to get you. People come in to the program, and then I wouldn't really focus too much on them. And then once I put that switch, and we can talk about that. That's when
like that, let me just cut in here. Now you're bringing up something really solid that hits me in business as well. We tend to focus on front end because we feel like we have to, but what I'm getting in common from a lot of these interviews and a lot of the successful entrepreneurs like yourself I'm talking to, they're saying the minute that they switch to how you're saying, to being committed to the helping of people and choosing to block out the noise, it seems like the commonality is that everything's becoming successful from the back end, almost, in a way, like the reverse, right? Is that true for you as well? Like,
1,000,000%, not even a question. It's unbelievable, because my whole goal is to get people results, period. End of story, right? Before, it was 7 figures. So let's start to transition from Funk MMA. So now I have Funk MMA, and now but I'm also a metabolic trainer. So I created a certification for Nesta for metabolic training, because that was the type of training. Metabolic training is like HIIT training, but metabolic training. Okay. Metabolic training is like the umbrella, like it's a HIIT goes under that, sprint training, all that stuff. Because for me, that type of training could parlay from fighters to the regular mom pop to whomever. Even bodybuilders can use metabolic training, metcons as finishers to help them burn fat while they keep that harder in muscle. So for me, when I created a certification course for trainers and coaches, I know that you can use it anyway. So I switched. I was still doing Funk MMA, and to the point where I just got a quick little story. So to the point where I almost had 1 million followers on Facebook, but when Dustin Poirier, because I work for the UFC as well, so we do the Canadian events, the Australian events, and New Zealand events. Relations. So I've been doing that for like 6 years now. But we did go to Fight Island at the beginning of this year. And when Dustin Poirier beat Conor McGregor, so Dustin Poirier just beat Conor McGregor. I've been with him for both of them for the week. Dustin Poirier, after getting interviewed, so we're in the hall. He just got interviewed by Brett Okamoto. Everyone's there. Cameras are there. He's walking. I'm just standing there, just like, great job. And he goes, "Oh, by the way, Funk, man, I just want to let you know, I really, really appreciate you, man. When I was young, I used to use your workouts in the gym. I would go to YouTube. We would write down the workouts. I would bring them to the gym.
Wow. And
I would work out. He goes, "Hey, honey, do you remember that guy, Funk Roberts? You remember Funk Roberts? There he is, man. There he is."
Oh, wow. That's awesome. Can you imagine? That's nuts.
Believe me, I never get speechless. Usually, because a lot of those people, I find they used to use my training. Even some of the coaches now who used my workouts back in the day, and I was speechless. But what that showed me was like my goal, like I said, because Dustin Poirier wasn't Dustin Poirier when he was using my workouts.
That's it. Yeah, makes sense.
And that's who I wanted that's who I wanted using my workouts.
Wow.
Those guys who, in the end, at some point, will get to
that got him to that was one of the steps to get him to there, right?
Yeah,
Like
strength
you
and
were
conditioning.
part of that. That's
And the
amazing.
fact that he took the time in front of
Wow.
everybody, he just beat TKO Conor McGregor. Why are you
Yeah.
talking about Robert?
That's insane, man. That's crazy. But that, that shows you, right? Like your intent, came into
Right.
fruition, right? And, had you not done what you did, he may never have been a champion.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Like you never know. If you miss that it's possible. It's totally
I'm not
possible,
saying
right?
that much, but
No, I know. I'm just saying, right? I'll say it for you. Like I'm just saying, you never know. Sometimes that one little thing gets him off the couch, right?
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the beginner, like for example, Ong Bak, Troy Sheridan, he saw, okay, I'll give you an example. Joseph Valtellini, for example, okay? He was working at a cemetery, right? And he was digging graves and stuff, whatever, right? Working at the cemetery, and there was a guy there, he had our t-shirt on, he saw it, and he joined there to get in shape, right? He joined there to get in shape. So he went and started getting in shape, and then eventually became a world champion, right? So I'm just saying, like, everything plays its role.
You're
And
right.
this guy called you out on it. That's amazing. That's awesome. That's awesome. Good job, man.
So the reason why I told that story is because that I never lost sight of that focus with Funk MMA. I never lost sight of, like, I want the underground. I want to be the underground guy. I don't care for the Ultimate Fighter countdowns. They're great. They're awesome. It's great to see all the bells and whistles of strength and conditioning, guys using battle ropes. But 99.9% of fighters around the world don't have access to that. They don't have access to battle ropes and boxes, box jumps. So I want to be those guys and women to be able to get into the best shape they can be using body weight or dumbbells or just little equipment. So as I was mentioning before, when I moved into more metabolic training, I created a membership site. Okay, I created a membership site because that was a big thing that I wanted, reoccurring revenue, right? So just grinding, launching programs, because I've launched a ton of programs. God, I had hundreds of programs. So this program, launching that program, launching this program, doing a whole launch, it takes a lot out of you when you're doing a whole launch. And sometimes, most of the times, you'll get 3 or 4 that do amazing, get you 6 figures in a week, and then you have a lot of them that don't. And you put put the same amount of time into it, right? You're putting the same amount of time. So I had to say, okay, what it's recurring revenue. Like, that's what works. So, about 8 years, 6, 7 years ago, I started a membership site, but I did it in the wrong way. I did it in the way where, it really touched on my integrity. Integrity is huge for me. Honesty, integrity, open-mindedness, like all that stuff is very, 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 very important to me. So what my whole focus, again, like let's say 2014 was money, right? I wanted to get the 7 figures. I'm seeing all these fitness people now who have just jumped into the fitness world and they're making 7 figures. They're getting, and so for me, it was, okay, let me get them in the front door with a low-end product, $3 product, and then 14 days later, they can join my membership site. But it will automatically charge them. So they're not buying the $3 product. They're buying the $3 product. They're not buying my membership site. So people would get charged, right?
Yes. Basically a tripwire. Yeah.
So, but I realized that, people weren't buying the membership, and here I am charging them $47. So I
see
really
your point.
gave all that money back. I went down into a deep depression. I lost all that money. Like I had 7 figures, lost it all. I really, it really, truly was a bottom. I bottomed. That was my bottom. It really was. That was my bottom.
Really?
Yeah. And this was like literally 5 years ago, 5.5, 4 years ago, maybe.
Yeah.
I lost everything. Didn't, like, Angela, my wife, would have to pay for things for us. It was a point where I had to crossroads, right?
But why didn't that work? Because it's working for people. Why didn't it work for you? Is it just your core belief and
100%
you sabotaged it, or what? Okay,
core beliefs, because I realized that when people are, hey man, they don't know they're getting charged, right? They don't know they're getting charged. So they look at their credit card and go, why am I getting charged for this? I put it on the sales page, in tiny little writing, But they
I
didn't
see.
buy the 14. They didn't buy the membership. They bought the program, that the tripwire.
I
So now
see.
you're buying a
Yeah,
tripwire, and all of a sudden you're getting charged. I didn't feel good with that because I
I
can't
got it.
face those
Yeah.
people. I can't walk up to the person and go and face that person with, me personally, I couldn't. So I
Just
had to,
doesn't work for you. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I totally scrapped that. And then I realized, you know what? I want to build a membership site, but I only want people who want to be in the membership site. And in that membership site, I only want to help people, and I want to put 80% of my focus inside the membership site and 20% hustling to get people into the
Oh,
membership site.
wow.
So
Amazing.
I
Okay.
totally
Okay.
changed my entire focus. And so I built the Over 40 Alpha Brotherhood, which is what I do now because I'm 52 and, I can only go so far doing burpees and all those other things for fighters. And
Yeah.
fighters generally don't have money. So I switched to men over 40 because I suffered from a lot of things men over
Yeah.
40 had. I suffered
Yeah.
from low testosterone. I suffered from all of that. I was,
Yeah.
215, big and puffy, and had a belly. So when I did the research on how to naturally increase testosterone and so on and so forth, but
Mm.
from the business point of view, let's talk about the business point of view. I realized, okay, I have the same story as these guys do, so they can relate to me already. There's a
Okay.
relationship. Okay.
Yeah.
Number two is I'm building this membership with a start and a stop, so they can see the journey. They're not just going in Netflix style trying to check out some type of workout because
I get it.
they don't
Okay.
know what workouts they're supposed to do. So they need
Mm.
someone to coach and support them through. So when they come into my program, it's phase one. Everyone starts in phase one. So that other thing I realize is if everybody starts in the same place, no matter where people are in the journey, if a new person comes in and goes, hey man, I remember that I just finished workout number one and I'm tired. You're not going to get the person who's in phase 10 go, hey man, suck it up. You're going to get that person go, hey, I remember that workout. It was so difficult.
Oh, yeah.
Don't worry, keep going. So you get that brotherhood, you get that support because
Yeah.
everyone's gone through the same journey. So there's
It's amazing.
no one's better than anybody else. Everyone supports each other. And every week at 10 a.m., I do a coaching call. Every week, we do something called Ask Funk. So people in the brotherhood will do ask a question, hashtag Ask Funk. We get on a video like this. My assistant asks me the question, I answer the video, and then he reposts them.
Wow.
Every
That's
phase,
amazing.
every phase has an actual, 28 days. This is what the 28 days workouts are. We got mobility, we've got nutrition. So it's very simple, but it's geared towards men in their 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s. Now the key here again is when I built this membership site, I also wanted to build a tribe. I truly want to build a culture and a tribe of men who can relate to each other, a brotherhood. We have our own signs. We have our own things that we do on a weekly basis. Saturday we listen to podcasts. Sunday, people meal prep Sunday. So we have.
Wow. Amazing.
It's incredible, and the reason why people stay in this program because now when I first launched, I only had 12 phases. Well, that's a lot of phases, but 12 phases. So as we kept going, people kept staying because the way I set it up is I want them to be sustainable. I want them to have mobility work and workouts. So people now they're in phase 8, now they're in phase 9. They're like, hey, Funk, what's up? So now I have to shoot another 12 months. So now there's 24 months in there.
Wow.
I don't know what's happening because, again, they keep staying. Every 3 months, we give them a T-shirt. So they're milestones, right? So,
Wow.
so the goal,
Celebrating. Yeah.
yeah. So basically, what I'm getting at is the tribe mentality of when you're creating a product or creating a program, you want to put all of your efforts into the results that your people are getting, no matter what it is. Because if you focus on results, A, they're going to stay, and B, everything else, the money will come. Believe me, the money will
Yeah.
come because
Yeah. Yeah.
your program is now a results-driven program. And
That's
when you have
amazing.
that and you focus on that and you support and you coach, because people are coming in because of you.
Yeah.
They're coming in because, okay, I just watched this guy do this sales pitch to me. It's a $1 trial. I'm going to come in and see what this guy's all about. It's only $1. Well, during
Yeah.
that 30 days, I do everything I can to make sure that person gets the best results. So now it's like, okay, I'm done. Funk. You've got everything here. You've got the brotherhood. You got everyone supporting each other. You're coaching every week. I'm getting amazing results. My testosterone levels are going up. My health is getting better. I'm staying. I'm a lifer. I'm in.
That's amazing.
But again, we have to do things and put things into place that will keep them there. So every 3 months we have milestone t-shirts, and every t-shirt says something different that talks about the journey that they've been on, right? So
Wow.
like the phase 3 t-shirt says one thing, phase 6 t-shirts says the other. But
Yeah.
me putting money towards that, and it's more than the t-shirt, it's the milestone. It's like, oh
Yeah.
my God, t-shirt, it represents something to them.
It means
right?
something. Yeah, for sure.
So
Yeah.
all of these little things are creating for me that tribe, that sense of belonging. And what happens then on the business side of it is now I have 10,000 members, because I have 10,000 guys in the membership. They're paying $39 a month all over the world. 40,
That's
50,
amazing.
70s. It's incredible.
Whoa.
But now I can add supplements, right? Because
Fueled by funk. Yeah.
you guys need supplements. So now I have a supplement company. That supplement company, and I'm not a supplement company, the type of person that's like, oh, I want the world to use my supplements. No, I create supplements, high quality supplements, and they're not only, but I create them for the members in my membership, and of course the customers and some other programs.
Yeah.
So everything stays internal. I never do affiliate stuff anymore. I never do
Got it.
5 times a day. Hey, Funk, do you want to? You see your YouTube channel? Do you want to do a shout out video? No, man. I got my own. Everything is an ecosystem, right? So that ecosystem.
That's nice. Wow.
And now I have equipment, right? So we've got Funk weight vests. We got foam rollers. We have resistance.
Wow.
Because once again, these guys are staying forever, pretty much.
Yeah.
So now I know that I can, foam rolling, mobility, that's huge. Instead of me telling him to go get a foam roller, I'm going to have my own Funk Roberts Fitness foam rollers, because I know I have recurring revenue every single month. But it took a long time, 3 years, to get to where it is today, and we still have tons. We still have, our goal is 20,000 members by the end of this year, and 50.
Holy crap. That's a lot of members.
Oh my
God.
It's amazing.
So you're really impacting people. So that means if it's growing that fast, that means that there's a lot of word of mouth happening, from what I'm understanding.
Oh, right. So sorry.
We
talked about the back end. Let's talk about how we get them in.
Okay.
So, I did the Facebook stuff. I did all of that stuff for years and years and years. And the number one thing that works for us is YouTube ads. So I have a team of YouTube guys who, I literally have 2 or 3 ads. They, make sure that those ads run well. And now we're getting 30 new people a day through the YouTube. So 30 new people, it's a $1 trial, but 30 new people come in. Now it's our goal, our focus is to make sure that we convert those people into paying customers or paying members, paying brothers. That's the results. That's all, and coaching and all of that stuff. So it's amazing, because now I don't have to worry about anything. I literally don't even worry about promoting. I don't even promote it. I mean, we're talking about it now because it's actually talking about the business, but I don't even promote it anywhere, because it's like I have people coming in every day, 30 people.
That's amazing.
All we have to do is just add more money to the spend, and more people will come in.
Wow, amazing.
It's a process, because if we didn't really focus on the first 30 days to make sure that those first 30 days have to be the best experience for them. It's going to be a difficult experience already, because someone's changing they don't even know it's about testosterone. They don't even know what to eat. So we got to make that 30 days the best experience ever, man. Once they
how do you do that sorry to cut you off, but how do you do that for those people that just signed up and they're not doing anything about it? How do you get them to, engage and do it? Fitness is difficult, let alone online.
100%. Yeah. So what we do?
How are you able to?
Yeah. So it's just how the back end works. It's very, very. Step 1, do this. Step 2, do this. Okay.
Got it.
And all of the workouts are follow along workouts, and that's the biggest difference, because every time all they have to do is click play, and I'm working out with them.
I see.
Pre-recorded, and so I'm coaching them through. I'm dying in most of the workouts, because it's a real workout, man. I'm doing it with you, brother.
Yeah, that's amazing.
and I'm engaging with them, and so
Yeah.
that definitely helps. And then
Yeah.
we kind of spoon feed things because there is a lot to learn when you first come in. Just like you said, you're coming
Yeah.
in with you have no clue what you're talking about or
Yeah.
what to do. So nutrition, week 1, we focus on nutrition. The workouts are easy, just click play. Week 2, we go into more recovery, sleep, mobility work. Week 3 is mindset stuff. So by the end of the first month, when they step on the scale or they look at their their picture or take a picture of themselves from day one, they see the difference. They feel the difference. They feel different.
Amazing.
They're stronger.
Amazing.
They have more energy, and they want more of it. And
Yeah.
but it is the support group that we have and the coaching. My
Okay.
weekly coaching call is key because I'm like, guys, you have to come on this coaching call. I always have a subject and then I answer questions in the coaching call. But now they're on a Zoom call seeing all the other people that they see, talking to some
Wow.
people that they can talk to, seeing the people they see in Facebook, right? And now we have guys meeting up with each other. Like this guy lives in UK, somewhere in the UK. This guy lives in the UK. They're meeting up with each other. I got guys
That's
putting
amazing.
putting over 40 alpha tattoos. It's unbelievable.
Wow. That's awesome. And that
So,
was from you focusing on creating that human element of you actually, I'm here for you guys, right? Like I'm here every Sunday morning, 10 a.m. You could be
yeah,
sleeping in, you know?
here. I'm telling you,
You could, and I have a feeling you could be at 100,000 and clients, and you'll still be doing that.
100% because I got I wanted this book was key for me, but I just talked about this with Angela. I'm like, listen, I have to make sure that this is scalable, meaning that if we have 10,000 or 100,000 members, I should still be able.
Yeah.
My team, we should still be able to function the way we're functioning. Obviously, we'll have to put more people in, but I should still be able to. Okay, 10 a.m. Boom, here's our meeting. Or generally pretty much three to four times a week in the Facebook group, I will post a video, just a video, and then I do hangouts too, because sometimes I'm here at it's 7 in the morning. I'm just chilling here. And I'm like, I want to see what my brothers are doing. So we get on Facebook and I'll do a hangout and I'll just work and hang out and they'll come on. And
That's cool.
because for me, I honestly and truly have a connection with all of these guys. They're my brothers.
Yeah.
They're like,
Yeah.
they're connected. So I want to spend time with them. Like I'm disconnected here sitting in front of a computer all day. And with COVID, we're more disconnected. Thank God I got my wife. So I'm a very social person. I've been a social person since day one, and actually working from home, having your own business makes you very antisocial because you get focused.
Yeah,
you get focused
for sure.
Driving.
Mm-hmm.
So me having them, like I always tell them, man, you guys keep me accountable. You guys, I'm just keep me going as much as I keep you guys going. So getting on once a week on those calls have been amazing, and then or on those lives. And the last thing for me is honesty. Like these guys, I don't hide anything from these guys. They know my background. They know the struggles I went through. They know the addiction before. They know everything. They know when I'm struggling. They know I'll cry. I just shot a video today about when I almost died a few years back and how it affected me and my family and to be able to go in with men. Remember, these are all men. These are guys who we don't have these places. And I didn't realize how powerful this place would be for a lot of these guys who are getting off depression pills, who are feeling
life-changing, man. Yeah, for sure.
Incredible. So for me, this is it. This is, I was put on this earth to do this. This is exactly what I was put on.
It's amazing. I love what you're doing. And I could feel that. I saw your ads, because I'm big on advertising. I use Facebook ads a lot, but I haven't used YouTube very much. But basically, when I look at your ads, I really see you through the camera, like your heart. I see a lot of videos out there that the ads are made very superficial, but I definitely see that, and that's part of why I wanted to get you on here, and also just to look at to let other entrepreneurs know that it might not be easy to get where you're at, and I'm sure you get these struggles and these hardships that you've been through, but how do you put that behind you, like that mentality? Because that mentality is sometimes hard to shake. Like I've also had my crashes as well a couple times, right? It happens to all of us, especially as entrepreneurs. And as men, I'm over 52 and we're getting to that age where, as an entrepreneur, where do we go from here? Like, we don't have that energy of a young, like,
Buck.
yeah. So, like, what drives you? Like, we're gonna be 50, now you're gonna be 60, you're gonna be 70. What can we look forward to? Is it just one day that you look at a time, or are you actually really looking forward?
100% looking forward. Like, I already know 100% what's happening 2 years from now. I know, and I don't know, maybe it's because I've been in this industry for so long. And I'm psychology background maybe, but the behavioral part of it is very important to me. So I can almost predict behaviors of people on things that we do. Maybe it won't be to the extent, but the biggest thing for me is embracing the journey, every single journey, because I know that if I look back at when I first started working, all of the little jobs that I had, the careers that I was in senior management at some points. In order for me to run this business, I had to take little skills from each one of those things, like selling door to door, yuck tickets. Like,
Yeah.
I loved that job because I got to talk to people. Every
Yeah.
job I did, I tried to be the best, no matter
Yeah.
what. Picking up phones
Yeah.
and customer service, doing
Yeah.
Dell computers. Hey, Dell computers? How can I build your computer? Like, all of those things, I wanted to be the best, and I wanted to move up. And I realized that all of these, once I was a manager at Dell, there was all the business acumen side of it and all the stats and reporting. Well, I didn't think I would ever use that again, but yeah, I use it every day. I got to go in and you have to do stats, you got to do reporting. Like, I got guys doing that, and then we work through it. But it's all of those little things that you do in your life.
Yeah.
It's a journey, and all of those skills will come in. But once you launch your business, yes, there's going to be lots of this, right? There's going to be these little things, and then boom, and then these little things, and then boom. But you've got to survive these. You've got to survive these ups and downs and crashes. But it's a journey, because I know that, okay, I'm being tested right now. Like, when our whole website went down for 2 weeks, I'm like,
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm getting tested right now. How are we going to
2
do it?
weeks.
Yeah, man, 2 weeks. Years ago, we had someone hacked into our system and crashed it. And so I have all these people paying money, and just how am I going to handle this?
Yeah, how do you handle that?
And I just the communication with everyone was key. Luckily, we had the app. We just launched the app pretty much. I expedited the launch of the app so that they could have stuff in the app. But and just, instead of worrying all the time of things that I couldn't control, because I couldn't control, like my web guys, my web developer, he was handling it. He was, doing what he needed to do. But instead of me, like, oh my God, I had no control. It'll be done when it's done. All I can do is just tell these guys, the customers and my members, don't worry, it's coming. They understand. Listen, the other thing is, be honest.
Yeah.
Be honest all the time. If something's wrong, just be honest. 90% of the time, people will be like, okay, thank you for communicate and be honest. Put things aside. Communicate, be honest, let that person know, or those people know, or your customers know what's going on, and they will appreciate you more. Right?
Makes sense. Yeah. That's true.
You're not a superhuman. You're not perfect. And when you come to terms with that, and you're okay sharing that, the people that around you that support you, that support your business, will be more apt to helping you. I've gone through both sides of the spectrum, and I realize now, the honesty is unbelievable. Oh yeah, guys, sorry, man. We just ran out of this, and I didn't even I didn't even order, so I have to order it first, and then it's gonna, like, when you tell them that, when can we expect it? Let me get back to you on that, because sometimes these manufacturers, they don't. That whole conversation is like, shit, man. This guy gave the time enough to explain that to me.
Yeah.
Because it shows you care. When you connect, it shows you care.
Shows you care. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Yes. That's great advice, man. That's amazing. You gave so much today. Oh man, lots for me to think about. Oh boy. This is the book, eh? Superfans?
Yeah, it's by Pat Flynn. It's on my book.
Okay.
But this book was the book that changed my mentality on how to create superfans. How to create a culture of not followers, not subscribers, not even customers, superfans. I can truly say, I'm not sure if any of my brothers, I can truly say these guys are super fans. Like, you know, we're going to have an over 40 alpha camp next year.
Wow.
That's going to 90, 100 people are going to show up. Like,
It's
when
amazing.
when you build that tribe, when you focus on results,
Yeah.
focus on results and loving for the people. Yes, we got 10,000 members, but here are the other two things I do that no one else does. I take calls. I take their calls, and whenever someone asks a question or sends me a email video sends me an email or my customer service now, I make them send me the question. Loom is a free software. It's called Loom. I use Loom and I shoot a video, and I answer their questions through video. So it takes me minutes, and then I email it to them, or my customer service will email back to them.
That's amazing.
Is unbelievable, because first I hate writing down things, because when you go back and forth through email, it's lost in translation.
Yeah, for sure.
If I can speak video and go, okay, man, so this is what you asked me, this is what my advice is, but you know, give me a little bit more information. I'm telling you, the difference. My guys can't believe it. Like, these guys cannot believe it. There's like, I can't believe you just sent me a video to answer my
the question.
My 3-word question. Like, what is that?
Wow. That's insane, man.
They make
you really went above and beyond. Your mentality fueled all these ideas, it sounds like.
Yeah.
Right? One by one, your mentality had brought, this inspired idea, this inspired idea. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Your
100%.
shift?
And
okay.
You know what opened that up was me not worrying about grind, Facebook ads, Instagram ads, Twitter. Here, I got to do this. I got to post this. I got to do this. It's now when I have time to focus on the internal portion of my business, the members, the actual product, making sure, because we're always having to update the product and add more.
That's a lot of work.
It is, believe me, because you know, you build it once and you're thinking, okay, but now, no, that's not going to cut it anymore. You got to add on different things. You've added a lot of different resources, so you got to put it in a place that's easy for people to access. But now I have all the time because I focus 80% of my time internally. So these people will stay and they appreciate that. Whereas I'm not hustling. I'm hustling internally. I'm not hustling externally.
Yeah, right? I get it. Yeah.
I still post workouts on YouTube because I got a big YouTube following, and I love those guys. I love that. I love the YouTube.
Yeah, because that's free content too there, right? Like that's.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. You're still, I see the uploads. I still see them.
I'm back every week, and I'm going to start doing lives again, because I also enjoy talking to my YouTube peeps. Unfortunately, YouTube, if I post a video and I have 655,000 subscribers, 20,000 people see it. Like, come on, YouTube, hook me up, man. I want everyone to see it if I post it. Isn't that what's supposed to happen? Anyways, the point is, I enjoy that stuff. I enjoy creating. Like, I enjoy creating workouts. I enjoy testing workouts, and then I enjoy presenting it to my members specifically because they love it and they love the results they're getting from it, and even externally. You know, I love spreading this message. And now I'm doing a lot more. I wouldn't say media stuff, but things outside of inside of Funk Roberts. Because it's Men's Health Month, and that's what I focus on, men's health. So I realized that, hey man, if you're gonna take the torch and be the torchbearer for this niche, then you can't just. And yes, you're doing great and everything's great, but you also got to get out here and spread the word more than. It's not about Instagram. It's more about being on other websites and places that men over 40 or even over 30 hit. So I'm learning. I'm rewiring my mind to think. Okay, I guess I got to go out there, do magazines and media, that sort of thing. So
that's amazing. I can't admit. Thank you so. Like, you shared so much. It's mind blowing, man. Like, I love what you just went over, man. Honestly, like every time I do this, like, you guys just give me something to think about. And why I do this is it really helps me. It really helps me. And that's what I want to ask you, like, how important is it for an entrepreneur to go on their mission and first help themselves, with what they're doing? Is that how you look at things? Do you do that first, or do you think of them first?
So in order for me to help them, I got to be in tip-top shape. I got to be in tip-top health. I can't help anybody if I'm laid up in a hospital, on my deathbed. I can only
Wow.
help people when I'm healthy. So that keeps me going even more. It's not even about me being, oh, I got to have this certain look because I'm Funk Roberts. It has nothing to do with that. It has, I got to get the energy to work from, 5 in the morning till sometimes, unfortunately, my wife gets upset, 8 or 9 at night, because I need to, this is what we're creating. So I have to be healthy. I have to eat healthy. I got to continue to train. I got to do mobility stuff. And so that's key. And then the other thing is I always have to I'm never here. I'm always trying to update. Like right now I'm focusing more on mobility stuff. Even though we have mobility in our program, now I'm like, oh, wait a minute, there's a great mobility certification that I can use these mobility flows, or I'm a pain-free certified. So I'm always trying to level up in what I can deliver, not just know, because I'm not a certification hound. I got to get a certification that's going to help me deliver to these guys. So I do think of myself first in my health, and sometimes when I don't, it does show. But that I know that if I'm here and I'm continuing to upgrade, and then as soon as I get something in upgrade, okay, guys, I want to share this new thing I have with you. This is great.
Amazing.
I don't kind of like just hold on to it, because that's when you can get on the other side of just like, oh yeah, I got to take this business course and this business course and this business course and this business course. Well, I haven't implemented a damn thing from the business courses because I'm just taking, I'm over
Makes
here.
sense. Yeah.
Do it.
So true.
Implement it, and then perfect it to the way you need it to be. Then go out and do something else. Don't keep doing this. And if you're on social media, focus on one platform. Don't go, I'm going to focus on Facebook, I'm going to do Instagram. Focus on one platform. My YouTube, because I focus on YouTube, grew, 655 subscribers. My Instagram's like 40,000. I barely post on Instagram because I really don't care. Like just focus on one spot and be in that spot and grow that spot. But most importantly, it's not really going to be about the social media. It's going to be about delivering results. If you have a business where you could consistently deliver results, every day we have before and after pictures. Every Tuesday we have Transformation Tuesday. Like, it's insane, the before and afters in this program.
I've seen them. There's so many. It's unreal.
And not just the pictures, it's the stories. And I have high blood pressure. I'm not diabetic anymore. My wife told me I have a nice butt. Like, all of these things that guys, it's like we care about that stuff, man. We care about all of that stuff.
For sure.
And, it eats away at us when we're not in where we want to be, or where we feel like we need to be for our kids, for our families. And so, it's
amazing.
Results driven. Please, guys, please, be honest, because people don't like you. Don't worry about those people. Don't waste your time on negative people, because when you post something, this is giving you one last tip. When you post something, and you see 20 comments and 3 people have negative comments, you know what? And then you go right to those 3 people, because you got to make sure that you save face. You know what you're telling the other 17 people who love you? Fuck you, man. Oh, sorry. I shouldn't have sworn.
No, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
You're just really telling them to F off.
That they don't matter, basically.
Exactly.
Yeah. Which is the opposite. You got to focus on them, right? And Funk, it's the reverse of that. If you get 3 good comments and 17 bad ones,
you just focus on the good.
Same thing, right?
Yes, because so I started doing that many years ago. Many years ago, I didn't even get any negative comments, but I would be extra with the people who showed love. Extra. I would spend that time.
Yeah.
Soon enough, trolls go away, and
plus they'll say something for you, right? Your people will defend you.
1,000,000%. And you don't care about the trolls. You only care about the people who are going to be potentially giving you love. You have to show them love. Who cares what Carl John thinks about whatever? They don't know, and they don't care, and don't fuel them.
That's the biggest thing that held me back too, like getting into a different industry. And it's hard. You can do martial arts and you just go and you go after it. It's okay, right?
Right.
And when we love it, we just do what we love, and our gyms grow. We don't know why, right? We're like, okay, we don't know why. We're just committed to teaching, right? And delivering results. But on the other hand, if we were to leverage social a lot more, a lot of us, crews and stuff, we put more results out there, which we don't.
Yes.
It's usually because we're too shy to put something online.
Right. Oh, man. That's so happy you just said that. Yes,
Yeah.
because it's all about the results that are going to help you grow the business.
Yeah.
Right. So like you may be like, oh, come train with me, come, but no, here's Brenda. Brenda came in, blah, 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 and now she
Yeah.
looks this, or now she has more confidence, or now she feels like super mom, or now she's gonna fight, just like Joe
Yeah.
Valtellini, right? Like
Yeah.
when
Yeah.
people see that stuff, oh, wait a minute, that's not just a regular mom who came in, and look at the way she looked like when she first
Yeah.
started.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
She looks like me. It's like, okay, and then
Yeah.
now this is what she looks like. I'm going there. It's
Yeah, I
result.
found the best stories are those ones how you said, you know, the guy's off his BP meds. I read
Yeah.
a lot of your results, like saving people's lives, man, saving their marriages, because the
Yeah.
mental health definitely suffers, and I'm sure in your weekly that probably comes up if I'm not mistaken,
Yeah,
right?
definitely. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You know?
We talk about mental health quite a bit just because
Yeah.
we want to keep these guys informed. That's why I keep telling them, get into the Facebook group, even if it's 5 minutes. Just
Yeah.
look through because it connects you. We were social distancing and physical distancing.
Yeah.
But when physical distance, a lot of people also social like they weren't as social. They were in negative ways, but they weren't positive.
Positive,
and
yeah.
you have a way to keep that social connection, right? Throughout Facebook and other things, Instagram, whatever. So I always advise these guys because again, let me tell you, when the guys come into my program, they are at their absolute low, right? Like they're out of shape. They don't know what. And a lot of these guys, because I'm dealing with 40s, 50s, 60s, and 7-year-olds, they've never used Facebook before. They're not Facebook people.
So
they
true.
don't have Facebook. But I tell them, hey, just get Facebook for this, just for this program, and then you will, and just use it for that. The next thing you know, they're big Facebook people now. But it's the connection that helps. It's the results that help, and staying with that guy you love. It will pay off. It will pay off. 100%.
Oh my God, Funk! I just can't thank you enough. We went over the time. I know you're so busy, and you booked this in weeks in advance. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate your time, man. Like, and what you do for the community, and you know, as you can see from the comments, and you know, a lot of people will catch the replay. You know, like these guys. Like I know I've talked to many people in the community, and they all respect you because you know you put your heart in, and that shows. And I just want you to say from me to you, thank you. Thank you for what you've done for the community and for, you know, men my age.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate you, and I appreciate I appreciate your time, and appreciate everyone listening to this. And Chris, Steve, I love you. Ben, I love you. Man, I saw that there was Chris Williams is on. Bobby Singh,
Williams,
Mike Large, you know, I just truly Dishane Dagbo. I think that's something else. But anyway, the bottom line is thank you so much for this platform, and
thank you.
I appreciate you. Thanks.
Yeah, all the best, man. Take care.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye.